Okay, welcome back to Fallout 3. With our hero, well, maybe not so much of a hero, but our character, Albert Cole. Let us continue. So, last time, we finally did the little favor for 3 Dog and installed the communications array to the Washington Monument, so forth. And we also got our payback to 3 Dog because he was, after all, coercing us and forcing us to do it against our will and basically, holding out some very vital information for us, some very personal information for us, just so that he could force us to do, this little deed. And so, unfortunately, 3 Dog is no longer with us in this world. Now, right. Let's see, have I... Okay, yeah, I think I already sorted my inventory, so I think we can go back to Rivet City and meet with, because what we learned from 3 Dog is that our father was last seen in here in Rivet City talking to one Dr. Lee at the science lab. And so, that's exactly where we're headed. Oh, right, yeah, of course, I forgot, I think I have... Oh, right, and I also remember... Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, now I remember, I also had the plan to... Because we started this little, like, unmarked quest in Museum of Technology. And there's still, like, one more, like, stash of loot that we can go and pick up. And it was my intention to go and get that this episode, but... And I think we will do that, but... For now... We'll at least talk to Dr. Lee and do some business here, because we have some excess items and guns we can sell.
This here is Flack and Shrapnel's gun shop. Pretty catchy, huh? Take a look around. If you see anything you like, I'll be right over here.
Well, let's see, how much repair skill does he have?
No problem at all.
Just want to see. His skill is 15, yeah, he's not very good. 12% more condition, 73 caps. I suppose, yeah. I mean, we don't have a whole lot of, like, excess, those magnums in our place, so, even a little bit of repair is better than nothing. Let's do some business.
Need to do some killing, eh?
Well, let's see. Okay, regular assault rifles, we got plenty of those. Yeah, that's at least one thing I wanted to sell. Oh, and cigarettes, yes. Oh, looks like I have also... I had a fair amount of proper metal cooking pot. Okay, I guess I accidentally took something like that. Packs of cigarettes. Yeah, well, what else? Should I start using a sniper rifle? I do have... But I'll take the 44 rounds. Sure. Deal. Okay, yeah, we also have a fair amount of, like, energy weapon ammo we could sell. Does have stim packs. Yeah, I guess stim packs are. Let's see. Electron charge packs, microinfusion cells. Okay, that's already. If I take all these back, it's still not enough. Buy all the sniper rifle ammo. Okay, now I'm paying him. Okay, well then sell the electron charge packs. I'm still paying 7. Oh, fine. Fine. We'll settle for this. Because at least we get like a whole big pile of stim packs, so.
Another satisfied customer.
Yeah, gotta run.
If you need more ammo, this is where to get it. Yes, that's locked. And yes, I can see you eyeing it. Hey.
Right. I'm pretty sure there was a little side quest involving this guy. And I think the reward was. I think it was the schematics for the Deathclaw gauntlet. So. Or at least schematics for some other weapon, but probably the gauntlet.
Welcome to Potomac Attire. Welcome to Potomac Attire. I think I've seen you in here before. When you're ready to buy, just let me know.
Well, I'm here to do business with you.
Straight to the point. I like that.
Oh, okay, business means literally buying stuff. Okay. He also has stim packs for sale. Huh. Don't wanna trade something for more stim packs? Maybe for now we're okay. I guess we're just fine. Well, maybe if I. How many? Maybe. Let's sell like 8 frag grenades. I'll leave like 6. And all the stim packs. Yeah, I'm paying you, and then maybe give you like sell 2 more frags to you. Like, yeah. And so I'm still getting a little money. Okay, good.
Give me a shout if you need anything else.
So you're on the city council.
Dr. Lee, Chief Harkness, and I are all on the council. We meet every.
So whoever the Seagrave is, you think he's a threat to your influence?
A threat? No, of course not. Well, maybe. He wants to replace me on the council. He's a shady character. I just can't prove it. Now, if someone were to find something incriminating in his room, well, let's just say I would be very appreciative.
Okay. I think, because this is also one of those, I think more or less unmarked quests. But if you, I think this shop belongs to the Seagrave. So if you, I think if you side with him, I think the reward is that you get at least like a discount. Whereas I think if you side with him, I think you get the weapon schematics. So, and I'll never say no to weapon schematics. So, you can go now. That's sister's room. Okay. Oh, okay. Simmer's room. Okay, maybe his room is on another level. Yeah, that's Dr. Preston. I'll pick the lock just to get the experience. Oh, looks like... Wait, I didn't get any more XP, even though it was like relocked. Really? And okay, so maybe it's like one floor down. Yeah, hi. Oh, okay, carton of cigarettes. Not gonna say no to that. Pre-war money. Staley. Door. Cantelli. Seagrave Holmes' room. Is he in here? Well, just so that sensor module. Might as well. Might as well. I mean, after all, if I could get my karma to neutral, then those mercenaries would stop attacking me. Well, search in was definitely not like an ing word. Sometimes not that either. Well, can't be determined. Recovered. Recovered. Good. Survival weapon idea. Had an idea for a survival weapon. There are all these railroad spikes laying around the wasteland. I ought to be able to build some sort of slingshot to fire them like bullets. I tried some really big rubber bands, but that didn't work. I wonder if I could use steam as a power source. Okay, so I guess he's just thinking about that. I wonder if he actually becomes like the person who invents the railroad rifle. Bannon. Dr. Lee, we both know that Bannon does not have the best interests of Rivet City at heart. He is only interested in making a profit. He would sell his own children if he had any, for an extra bottle cap. He needs to be removed. I'll be glad to step forward as his replacement. Sincerely, Seagrave Holmes. And the reply to Bannon: Seagrave, I do not wish to get pulled down into petty political bickering. Bannon has not done anything wrong. If the time ever comes when he does something truly harmful to Rivet City, the other council members will look into it. Until then, I have a lab to run. Yours, Dr. Lee Medicine. Okay. Uh, Oh, incriminating evidence. You've turned us down twice now, Holmes. This is my last appeal. We used to be friends. We used to do business together. All I want is to sell our product in Rivet City. I'm sure the city could use slaves to help with the rebuilding Paradise Falls. Uh, uh, with the rebuilding, yeah. Paradise Falls has slaves to sell at a good price. You used to sell me wastelanders you captured before you got all full of yourself. You aren't as pure as you pretend. Help me, and we can both make a nice profit. Eulogy Jones. Yes, it turns out this Seagrave guy is not a very nice person. Now, is he? Used to be, a slaver. Hmm. Oh, just coffee mugs, okay. It's pool table. Oh, and before I turn him over.
Seagrave. Seagrave Holmes. I have a little of just about everything here.
Well, what have you got to sell?
I've got a little bit of everything.
Okay. Well, I mean, he's not at least selling any um uh, um like schematics for the railroad rifle. So
See you later.
Everything looks. People like you are bad for business.
who me? That's not a very nice thing to say.
Have you found anything you like?
Well, I found a letter in Seagrave's room. It's from some slavers.
Really? I mean, I'm shocked. Shocked, I tell you. Tell Danvers about that letter right away. That will squash any hope he has of replacing me on the council. Don't tell her I asked you to find it, though. That would backfire in a nasty way.
Okay.
I'm looking for troublemakers. Have you seen any?
Right. So we have to find the lady. Oh,
Hello.
and
Fading pudding.
you are not him. Weatherly Hotel. Yeah, Bridge Tower. I think this is where she usually hangs out, somewhere in here.
Everything looks okay.
No, that's just a generic god. Rivet City. Rivet City. Rivet City, okay. Yeah. That's just a generic god. That's Commander Danvers.
This better be good.
Well, yeah, I found this letter in Seagrave's room. I thought you should see it.
This is bad. Seagrave Holmes was angling for a seat on the council. He can forget about that now. Once the market vendors get wind of his past, they'll never trust him. Too bad.
Tell me, is Paulie really addicted to camps?
Oh yeah, he's a mess. Glad I'm not in Cindy's shoes.
Right. Okay, yeah. You'd be very helpful.
Duty calls.
Right. Okay. Stairway. Marketplace. Okay. I did what you asked.
I heard that Danvers found a letter from slavers in Seagrave's room. That will teach that bastard to mess with me. I think you've earned a permanent discount here.
Nice. And schematics for the Deathglow Gauntlet, yeah. What's his repair skill? Okay, it's just 15 too, okay. Naughty Nightwear. Okay, well, Naughty Nightwear. Sure. Why not? Why not?
Come back soon.
Let's see what he has to say.
You sneak into my room, steal my property, and then tell the world about it. I'd ban you from my shop if they'd let me. Instead, I'll just have to settle for ripping you off.
Well, no need, because I'm not gonna do business with you.
See you later.
Why would I?
Yes, that's locked. Yes, I can see you eyeing it.
Hidden.
Yes, that's locked, and yes, I can see you eyeing it.
Right. So, what do you need for Deathglow Gauntlet? Well, naturally, you're gonna need Deathglow Hand. You also need a medical brace, leather belt, and some Wonder Glue. Right. I think the only thing from that list that we're missing are the actual Deathglow hands. Okay, right.
I'm sure they'll be.
Okay, next up, what I try to find that. Let's try that. Kaylin's bed and breakfast. I wonder if this was the location that we would have to find. Oh. Okay, I guess this one was a very bad place. Okay, reload. Oh, because I didn't quite remember what is the actual, like, huh. Well, how about Jury Street Metro Station? How about this one? You know what? This might actually be it. But there's also 3 suspicious dots in there. And we all know which type of enemy comes in, you know, groups of 3 at least. Yeah. Actually, didn't I hit anything? Wait. Okay, you're starting to flag me from behind, aren't you? Shotgun may not be very good from far away, so I have to come close and finish the job personally, yeah. Oof. Now, does my regular combat armor need any repairs? Well, I can do a little bit, yeah. And then I'll fix this with the other Talon company. That's just 5% difference. Let's say if I don't have to, then I won't, because, you know, I'd rather keep the coffee mug. Prime, yeah, this is the caps, buff out, frags, medics, psycho, and most importantly, the unique version of the Chinese assault rifle. Chuanglong assault rifle. Yeah. Now, if I fix this 10%, yeah, no need to do that now. Yeah, that's good. Pilot light, why not? Yeah. So that's the end of this little side quest, which rewards you with a unique Chinese assault rifle. Hank's electrical supply. Nine. Okay, just give 24% more condition. Why not?
Time to tear you apart!
Yeah, I had a recollection that one of the raiders in here would have a rocket launcher. Right, missile launcher. Box. What did I take? What's well, okay. Fix that. 7% tin can. Tool cabinet. Scrap metal, I would like to have that. That pistol. Toolbox. It's a plunger. Oven. A pilot light. Yeah, I guess I'm over-encumbered because the radiation is starting to affect my strength, right? Yeah, that too. So I'll have one rat away. I'm still over-encumbered. I guess I'll just... Alright, I have 2 of these. So if I fix my current armor with one of these, that's literally 0%. Okay, how about if I combine these? 5%. I mean, that's kind of the problem with those combat armors, that it's heavy. And if you have... Oh, camera. I didn't really need a camera. If you have multiple copies in your inventory, you know, it adds up quickly. Easy terminal locked. Okay. Let's try to hack this. Canteen Crusade. Not Canteen Crusade. Can't be crazy. Crafted. Erected. Okay. Disengage lock. What lock? To save? Because I'm pretty sure the safe was already open. Okay, well, we'll open it anyway. Maybe it opens something else. Maybe it opens something else. I don't know. Huh? Yeah. Nothing in there. A pistol. Can I still carry a pistol? Okay, yeah. Now I got plunger. Now I got plenty of.
I say I'll move the mountains and I'll move the mountains.
Toaster.
Wants them out of the way.
Yeah, in this game, they don't have much in the way of value or use, but in New Vegas, more so. Mad Brahmin. Well, I'm glad that not even Mad Brahmin will attack the friend of the animals. Right. Okay, so. Oh, yeah, we're supposed to talk to Dr. Lee, etc. But let's go back to Megaton. Sort out my inventory. Should I keep the Chinese assault rifle, because then I can use that to repair mine? I guess I could. I suppose extra weapon, yeah. Those I'll toss away. Oh yeah, extra combat armor, I'll throw that as well. An extra combat helmet. Environment suit, that's medicine plus 5 radiation resistance. But this is much lighter in weight, so yeah. Radiation suit, yeah. Yeah. And crafting items. Crafting items. Lunchbox, handbrake, paint gun, pilot light, scrap metal, sensor module. Yeah. I have 7 pieces of scrap. 48 sensor modules. That's crazy. 33 lunch boxes. Probably quite a few of those cherry bombs, 44. So I could already make like 33 batches of lunch bottle cap mines here. I will sure sleep 1 hour. Fully rested. Right. Dr. Lee. You know what? Sure. I was gonna end the episode already, but you know what? We might as well take at least one more step in the main quest. Okay, I guess it takes like 2 hours to fast travel from Megaton to Rivet City. Good to know. And go to Science Lab. Yeah. Can't tell you. Science Lab. Yeah.
Scientific center in the capital wasteland. I find your...
Look, Dr. Zimmer, we've been over this. We don't know about your runaway robot, and we don't care. This lab is dedicated to solving real problems.
Yes. But Dr. Lee...
Dr. Lee is trying to save lives, and your constant interruptions are interfering with those efforts. Now please, stand aside.
I'm sure the good doctor's work with water purification is fascinating. But if you only knew what was at stake... You there. What are you, some kind of lab assistant? No,
When necessary.
you look a bit more weathered. Are you by any chance for hire?
That depends. What exactly are we talking about?
To the point. I like that. Well, as it turns out, I've misplaced some very sensitive property.
Missing property? What kind of property?
How do I put this in a way you'll understand? All
You
you know of
condescending
robots are those buckets
son
of
of a...
bolts, those Mr. Handshakers and whatnot. Well, that's not all a robot can be. You see, in the Commonwealth, we've made artificial persons, synthetic humanoids, programmed to think and feel and do whatever we need. And occasionally, they get confused and wander off.
Hey, as it turns out, I found your android. It's Harkness, Red City Security Chief.
Harkness, you say? Yes, that makes sense. He used to work for a special branch of the Commonwealth Police, after all. And he's right here, in Rivet City? Excellent. I must wait, find an opportune moment to confront him. Thank you for your discreet assistance and continued discretion regarding this matter. And now for your payment. This combat module will directly affect your central nervous system. I think you will find it quite beneficial.
Okay. Had a higher chance to eat in VATS. Nice.
Morning.
And there is a bobblehead here. Intelligence one. Yeah, currently we have intelligence 6, so grab this and it's now 7. Nice.
Anna, don't just stand there. Bring me that equipment.
Hello, Dr. Lee.
Look, this is a restricted area. I'm tired of telling you people. It's you. My heavens, you look so much like him. You're James's son, aren't you? What are you doing here?
Wait, how do you know who I am? Have we met?
You were too young to remember, and I suppose James never spoke of me. Typical. I'm Dr. Madison Lee. I worked with your parents many years ago. Now I run the science lab here in Rivet City. It was all I had left. When your mother died, your father decided to leave with you. He abandoned our work. We had no choice but to do the same.
I'm trying to find my father. Have you seen him?
You mean you haven't? I assumed he sent you here. For that matter, aren't you supposed to be in a vault? James said he left you there.
Well, I left the vault to look for him.
Did you? I was under the impression that's exactly the opposite of what he wanted for you. Well, you won't find him here. He's come and gone already.
I'm sorry. Could you please tell me where he's gone?
Your father insisted that we return to work on Project Purity. I tried telling him too much time has passed. There's no way it would work. Predictably, he refused to listen to me. He says he can prove it will work and headed off to the old lab. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to tell you.
Well, where is this old lab of yours?
It's in the old Jefferson Memorial Building, northwest of here. Please, don't go after him. It was foolish of him to even think about going there alone.
Can you tell me anything more about my parents?
I suppose so. I worked with them for several years until your mother died and your father decided it was time to leave. What else do you want to know?
Well, first is, what was my father like back then?
James? He was very driven, determined to change the world. Well, we all were back then, I suppose. He was focused on two things, really. Making Project Purity work, and your mother. When she died, I think he gave up. I know he wanted to keep you safe, but I think part of what he did was run away. But it seems that he never really was able to get over the idea. I'm frankly shocked that he waited all this time and wants to try again.
Well, I never knew my mother. What can you tell me about her?
Yes, your mother was... well, she was a good woman. A very dedicated scientist. Your father loved her very much. It was a shame that she died. She had been excited to meet you.
Well, why did my mother die? What happened?
Complications from childbirth. None of us were expecting it. We weren't as prepared as we could have been. You have to understand, we were struggling with scavenged, derelict equipment. We did everything we could.
Yes, I understand. I'm sure you did everything you could.
Yes, well, I'm sorry it wasn't enough.
Yeah. I think we should talk about something else now.
Okay.
Well, is there like any way you can help me?
Look, I don't want to be harsh, but I have problems of my own. I don't have the resources to support James's foolish endeavors, or you're chasing after him. I'm sorry.
Come on, isn't there anything you can do to help?
I suppose I can spare a few stim packs. It's not much, but it might make things easier for you.
Great, I'll just add it to my stack of, I don't know, 150 stim packs. Okay. I mean, sometimes it's like you are balancing between gaming and role playing, and the gaming side in me just wants to have all the resources, even if it's not like perhaps very good role playing, and especially with a character like this. Uh, Tell me about this project you worked with my father.
Project Purity, we called it. What do you want to know?
Well, okay. Well, first of all, what was the whole point of it?
It was simple, really. Fresh, clean water for everyone. Such a simple idea, and yet so impossible to realize. The plan was to build a facility that could purify all the water in the tidal basin at once. No radiation, no muck, just clear water. It just turned out to be more difficult than we anticipated.
Okay. Why is that?
We had the basic principles down, we understood most of the science behind it, but the radiation in the area is so pervasive. Small-scale tests were fine, but anytime we tried to test the process on a larger scale, it was just too much. Maybe if we'd had more time, or better equipment.
Okay, so why did you stop working on it? What happened?
You happened. It wasn't just you. We had more problems than we could handle already, but your birth is what finally pushed it over the edge. Your father decided that you were more important than everything we'd been working for, and he left. He left all of us. Once he was gone, the Brotherhood decided we weren't worth their time anymore. Without their protection, we had to abandon the purifier.
Okay. Let's talk about something
Okay.
else. You know, I'd like to know a bit more about you.
What? Well, I'm not sure what there is to tell. Your father and I, we worked together for a long time. I think we were really on to something. But then there were complications. The project was abandoned and your father disappeared. I returned here to Rivet City and established the lab you see before you now.
But I suppose she didn't really tell us anything new. So what is this lab? What are you doing here?
This is the Rivet City Science Lab. It's taken many long years to put together, but we've done well for ourselves. Our work on portable fusion power and hydroponics are coming along quite nicely, if not quite according to schedule.
Okay, well, I guess I have to go now then. I have a father to find.
Good luck finding your father.
Yeah, thanks. Right. Okay, so I think this episode has gone long enough. And I would say this is kind of a suitable place to call it the quits. And next time when we return to Fallout 3, we'll of course head to Project Purity and try to locate, well, hopefully our father. And if he's not there anymore, then hopefully at least some evidence regarding where he went. Spoilers, he's not there. But I think we all know that already. Okay. Well, anyway, see you next time and goodbye.